Hi, this is a video for the families and students of Mr. Abernathy's English 12 class for the week of May 11th through the 15th. This video, I'm going to go over what students are being asked to do this week as far as assignments. Right now, it's Thursday at 11 a.m. and no student has done the assignment from this present week. So Mr. Vaz, the other 12th grade teacher, and I talked a little bit, tried to figure out why that was, because most weeks prior, at least, a handful of students would post the work on Canvas. So we're wondering what's up with the seniors. So if you want to just shoot an email, check in, that'd be great. Even if you don't do the assignment, I still want to hear from you, see how you're doing. This is the first week that we are taking more formal attendance as the state is asking. So any contact helps. I'm able to mark you down, whether it's you do the Canvas assignment or you shoot me an email. That is important. So let's go over the assignment for this week. We try to simplify it. We were thinking maybe it was a little intimidating, the assignment last week. So this should be pretty straightforward. The standards we're hitting: can you use evidence to support an argument? Kind of the classic, what we do almost with every assignment in English class. So we're done with the poetry unit. We're leaving that behind. As I may have mentioned previously, if we were still in school, we would be moving into Shakespeare at this point. We're not in school, and I'm not the biggest Shakespeare fan, but I still think it's important that we expose students to theater. Many college-level kind of intro English classes that are oftentimes required as prerequisites to get into majors. Often Shakespeare is an option. So I would hate for students to be thrown into that in college without ever having to encounter Shakespearean language. So we're going to ease students into that kind of by giving them a sampler platter of different plays. So this week, they will watch a video from Crash Course, which is a great channel founded by John Green and now kind of is run through PBS that goes into background about theater, its origins, and how it kind of, through a lot of different lenses, evolved into what we know it as today. So then they're just going to answer a straightforward question: what did you learn from that video? Wow, that's so easy. Just one thing. Then students are going to watch the song Tradition, the music video, that part of the movie from Fiddler on the Roof. It's the opening number, and it is chock full of images, imagery, symbols, some really interesting stuff. Historical wise, if you know anything about the play, it takes place in Tsarist Russia, a little bit before the turn of the 20th century. And we are going to then ask students to talk about it, either looking at gender as that shows up in the song, or religion. So it's a small, mainly Jewish hamlet on the kind of the outskirts of Tsarist Russia, and they're talking about tradition, right? So there's a lot there with gender, there's a lot there with the religion. I also posted some resources just kind of giving more context about the play and about that time period and the Jewish people, and those are going to be on Canvas as well. I also linked the whole PowerPoint to critical lenses. Students have been doing this all year, where they look at some issue through multiple facets of that issue to see what new things get revealed. If you ask your student, we looked at Aladdin, and one of the songs from Aladdin that was just super rich, that could be analyzed through almost any different lens. So if you want to talk to them about that, figure out what we're doing with those lenses, have that conversation. So, more formally for this week, though, you can talk with your scholar about not that. That was last week's. So I will have to double check what this week's is, and that will be updated. So a little fun thing to check in on when this video is posted and this finalized document is posted. Right now, let's check on Canvas and how it looks on Canvas. So you can see this week, only one student had, nope, that was me. So no students have done that. But if we go to the homepage of English 12, we can see discussion for next week. And here's that video. It's engaging. It's about 10-ish, maybe a little bit longer minutes to watch. You can turn on Spanish subtitles if that is needed. Then they're watching this video here. Look at all these nice text colors to keep them engaged. Here are those resources. And then they just type their answer right here. So again, if we were grading, this would be graded on their ability to use evidence, right? So they might just say, in the song at minute mark 5 minutes and 28 seconds, there's an image of this and the character sings this line, and I believe that means this. Or if we look at it through a gendered lens, we might understand this differently. Or if you look at the Jewish symbolism, it reveals this thing that you might not know if you didn't look at it through this lens. And that's really what we're trying to get students to do. Look at the world through the perspective of multiple things at the same time, right? That's really what it means to be educated, or at least the way I teach it is, can you look at an issue basically through every possible lens to understand it, right? Everything's a little bit more complex than we like to say it is. So we're practicing being thoughtful with that. Other than that, I really hope to hear from seniors. My Google Voice number is on the document here at the top. You may need to leave a message because it doesn't ring my phone, or shoot me a text on that number as well, or shoot me an email. I should be back to you within by the next day, probably within the next couple hours. I hope to hear from all of you. If there's anything your family needs, reach out to someone, whether it's me or another teacher or admin, and we can get you connected with tech, with food, with other resources, anything you might need. Hope to hear from you all soon. Have a great week. And the video.